This past summer, Pope Francis made a penitential pilgrimage to Canada in the name of reconciliation, with an apology for what he called the evil committed by Christians and the Church. Generations of Indigenous children forced to suffer abuse and separation from their families because of the residential school system.
I am sorry. I ask forgiveness in particular for the ways in which many members of the Church and of religious communities cooperated, not least through their indifference, in projects of cultural destruction and forced assimilation promoted by the governments of that time, which culminated in the system of residential schools.
Pope Francis spoke of his sorrow, pain, and remorse, promised a serious investigation into the abuse committed at residential schools, and help for survivors to cope with the trauma, though many of those survivors had wanted a stronger admission of the Catholic Church's responsibility. The Pope's visit came nearly 15 years after another highly anticipated apology, this one on the floor of the House of Commons and live on CPAC. An official residential school apology from Prime Minister Stephen Harper in the name of the federal government and the people of Canada.
We now recognize that in separating children from their families, we undermine the ability of many to adequately parent their own children and sow the seeds for generations to follow. And we apologize for having done this. We now recognize that far too often, these institutions gave rise to abuse or neglect and were inadequately controlled. And we apologize for failing to protect you. Not only did you suffer these abuses as children, but as you became parents, you were powerless to protect your own children from suffering the same experience. And for this, we are sorry.
I am one of these people that have dreamed for this day. And there have been times in this long journey when I despaired that this would never happen.
The memories of residential schools sometimes cut like merciless knives at our souls. This day will help us to put that pain behind us.